Chris Cuomo received quite a bit of support after the video that's been leaked, obviously, but not everybody was a big fan of him as a result of it, including one of the biggest babies in the country, Donald Trump, who tweeted, "Would Chris Cuomo be given a red flag for his recent rant? Filthy language and a total loss of control. He shouldn't be allowed to have any weapon. He's nuts."
No, hold on. We'll get to the filthy language in a second. But you're talking about a guy who's easily triggered and shouldn't have weapons? You almost nuked the country because someone called you a dotard. You remember Kim Jong-un insulted him before they became lovers? And he was like, "Oh yeah, my butt's bigger than your butt. I can press it anytime." You're talking about how Cuomo's triggered? You of all people? You can trigger Trump with saying almost anything. Any famous person can say anything slightly negative. Hey, your hair's a little out of place. I'll nuke you. I can do anything. That's you orange clown. Okay, and you're talking about not having access to weapons? You have access to nuclear weapons. That's why they should do the 25th Amendment immediately and remove you from office. You're a mentally unstable fool. To show you how stupid he is. This is not the fight you want to pick if you're Donald Trump. You want to fight on your moral high ground. This is your moral low ground. I know if you could ever find it with Trump. But God, this is your particular weakness out of many weaknesses. But like you get easily triggered, everybody knows that.
Do you want to see some examples?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I would say if anyone has lost control, in the context of this video, it's Donald Trump, who's already selling the t-shirt, Fredo Unhinged. You can take a look at this. They're already selling a t-shirt. And the crazy thing is somebody's gonna buy it, even though in 3 days, nobody's gonna be thinking about this. Who would wear that shirt? You look like a madman. But that's their supporters. So let's go back. We're gonna show you some historic examples of Trump losing control, getting triggered, and some recent ones. First of all, he was so bothered by how few people attended his inauguration that he literally ordered the crowd photos to be edited. And they were edited, in fact. They were cropped to make it look like the audience was bigger, but he got over it. Except that he didn't, because he still brings it up to these days. He brought up the crowd sizes, not that crowd, but a different crowd size, to the people who just survived a terror attack like a week ago.
In El Paso.
Yes, exactly.
Child. Look, I'm gonna get to Fredo in a second. You
yes,
keep going.
At one point, John Oliver criticized him a couple years ago, so he tweeted this. "John Oliver had his people call me to ask me to be on his very boring and low-rated show. I said, no thanks, waste of time and energy." John Oliver doesn't even have politicians on his show. It's not a guest show. It never happened, but he lost his mind. He lost his mind over Broadway. He said the cast and producers of Hamilton, which I hear is highly overrated. No one's saying that. I think it's very well rated, but should immediately apologize to Mike Pence for their terrible behavior because they were rude to the vice president or whatever. A play triggered him. A play's never triggered anything. So you got that, let's see. He got made fun of on a show that, in his defense, doesn't generally mock politicians. It's called SNL. Nothing funny about tired Saturday Night Live on fake news NBC. Question is, how do the networks get away with these total Republican hit jobs without retribution? Likewise for many other shows, very unfair, it should be looked into. This is the real collusion. He accused a sketch comedy show of collusion with who? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
When you get triggered by comedians doing jokes about you when you're the president of the United States, you don't get to go around talking about how other people are triggered. So now let's talk about the Fredo comment. So Fredo in the context of The Godfather, not the slur, okay? People are now saying, hey, Don Jr. tweeted about it, and isn't that ironic? Although with Eric in the picture, there is a real battle for the Fredo title.
Yeah.
Okay, having said that, you know who the real Fredo is? Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the dumb sibling. And Fred Trump knew it. His father was vicious, but successful and smart and savvy business person. And Donald Trump couldn't manage his way out of a wet paper bag. So his dad had to constantly bail him out, give him money, rescue him. 6 different bankruptcies, but on top of that, I remember that story where they admitted it, they confessed this and they had to pay a fine, where Donald Trump was so broke, his father went out and got millions of dollars from one of his casinos and then didn't gamble it. Just so basically gifted him several $1 million, which is illegal, you can't do that, you gotta pay taxes on it, and they paid a fine on it later. But that's what he had to do, he's like, my bumbling, stupid son that I can't get rid of. What a baby, how sad. That's why Trump always says sad baby. Remember when he used to tweet that all the time? Because that's what his dad called him. His dad thought he was Fredo. And he's like, oh, he sent his lawyer to go down to Atlantic City, bail Fredo out again, that dumb, poor son of a bitch. And so that's what your dad thought of you. He thought you were pathetic. That's why he has such thin skin. That's why he gets triggered so easily, because he knows he's Fredo. And so that's why Trump's like, oh no, you're sad, you're the baby, not me, not like that, he said, not like that, he said. You loser, your dad gave you $413 million and you squandered it. You threw it away because you don't know anything because you're a dummy, okay? You're talking about other people being Fredo? You're lucky your family didn't have a lake.
Oh, I get that reference. Okay, so let's turn to the filthy language, because I think that was his principal issue with what Chris Cuomo said. Donald Trump doesn't like dirty language. So in that tweet, he said it was filthy. Let's jump ahead to the last video. Jared Jackson put together a little mashup of some of our president's language in recent years.
Our country's going to hell. It's going to hell. What the hell are we doing? Knock the hell out of him. My tax proposal cuts the hell out of taxes. I don't give a damn. He gets the nomination, they're gonna sue his off. We'll beat the out of them. Let them beat the out of ISIS also. They're ripping the out of the sea. We're gonna knock the out of ISIS. Gonna knock the out of it. Whoever the hell bought this mic system, don't pay the son of a to put it in, I'll tell you. You shouldn't pay the bastard. But it's political bullshit. She said he's a and you can tell them to go themselves. You're not gonna raise that price, you understand? Listen, you
Filthy language. Come on. Look, I don't care about curses at all, because we're not hypocrites and we're not little crybabies like the right wing. Where when Donald Trump did, oh, that's a tough guy, way to use curses and get the libs. You're living rent-free inside their heads, yeah, right? And anytime anyone, liberal or otherwise, that just everyone they have, anyone who's not a monster they have in the liberal category, okay, for the rest of the country. Anytime somebody uses the slightest little curse word, they're like, oh, I have the vapors, I have the vapors. They used the curse word, they said hell, okay. Which one is it? Make up your mind. Look, I don't know how you live with yourselves being so incredibly stupid all the time. Like literally, they will watch a Trump tape of him cursing, be like, attaboy. They'll watch a liberal cursing, I mean, even much lower cursing, like, this is why the country's ruined. Nobody's listening to the Bible anymore. This is why the country's going to hell. Oh no, oh no, oh no. How do you live with yourself? God, how do they not see the hypocrisy? I guess that's what happens when you're not that bright. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.